Alrighty, let's check this out and see how it works. Welcome. Oh, awesome. I can hear myself echoing to myself, so I'm going to figure that part out. Let's remove that. How's that? Is that better? Ooh, we have an echo chamber. I'm going to try again. Why isn't this working? Is that better? Oh, I think it is working now. Oh. Drop frames detected. Maybe it's not working. Drop frames detected. What is going on? Why is this happening? CPU is doing well. My stream quality is good. It's my audio quality that is not so much. Okay, how can we do this? Let's adjust some things. Adjusting what I'm streaming, wondering what's happening there. Oh, unstable connection. Rad. Let's continue this echo chamber and figure out why. Labs, OBS, echoing, audio echo, microphone echo. Tell me more. Maybe it's because I don't have the stream open in another tab? Is that it? No. Nope. What else is going on? There's a monitor set in the mixer. They all set to monitor off. Okay, let's figure this out. Mute output, monitor off, mount off. How about that? Anything? Okay, this is weird. Well, what is going on? One viewer, and that could be me. Haha. All right. What else is going on? So let's mute that. Maybe not. Let's try that. Is that better? I love to hear myself echo. It's even better than a soundtrack. But why? Why am I echoing? I can't tell if anyone else knows I'm echoing because I see there are 2 viewers. So hello, 2 viewers, but why? This is so weird. Okay, more drop frames. Okay. Desktop built-in audio is working. Desktop audio. I have no idea. Okay, what else can we do to reduce this echo? And the question is this supposed to happen? Stream open, is it open in another browser window? That is not the case. Try that. Anything? Or is this just a, okay, the echo's off, now it's just a delay in the voice. Let's read this more. Slight monitor voice. When the monitor is set in the mixer, usually they're all set to code monitor off. Custom audio device set in your capture device. Stream open in another browser window. There's nothing open right there. Okay. Where else would this be? Oh, what is this? Turn that off. Is that better? I think the solution. So the solution was I had my Streamlabs channel open in another tab. So this is why the first how many minutes of this stream was echoing. My apologies to you and to me. So awesome. So take two. So welcome to my Twitch stream where I'm going to be working in Figma to create the layouts of my digital garden. So the premise behind this is I was doing the 100 Days of Gatsby at the beginning of this year and had a great time learning more of what you can do with Gatsby past the MDX stage, because I'm really interested in MDX, but I wanted to see what else we could do with Gatsby. So here I am. I have finished 10 lessons. I have big plans, and we'll see if we can follow through and get everything finished. So the big plan is I have a lot of sites that I have designed over the years, and I would like to refactor them eventually, potentially with Gatsby. But what I've been needing for a while is a blog site. And I don't want to do something in WordPress because I want to do something where I can use MDX because, again, I love MDX. So after finishing 10 of the Gatsby challenges, I decided to make my own digital garden style site, and I have it scaffolded here. So as you can see here, this is going to be the catch-all garden where I can have about page about me and also links to the various places on the web where I have done talks, where I have written blog posts, where I've been in podcasts or on Twitch stream, Mr. Langsdorff. And because wireframing is painful for me, I decided to first scaffold my site a little bit and then jump over to wireframing to get the wireframing part done. Because once the wireframing is done, I can add some nice polish, visual polish to it, which I like a lot better than information design. Because now I don't have a blank sheet of paper, so everything is better. And I say a lot. I note to self. So now that I don't have a blank sheet of paper, I can create this project and play around with learning Figma. I've worked with Sketch before, so this is a new thing for me. I've worked in Figma for a couple of days now, and it's a lot of fun. And I saw a Twitch session between Jason Langsdorff and Ryan Warner, I believe, earlier today. He was demoing some of the awesome things that Figma can do. So I figured I would take some of that and apply it to this particular site. And I want to keep this as simple as possible, designing mobile first, and then making adjustments as the viewport gets wider. And then once I have this scaffolded up, I'm going to take this layout, put it back in the site, add more content, and then do more of that design development type of workflow so I can iterate on this deployed site and eventually have a nice garden going. And then continue on with other site refactors that I want to do. So here we are in my Figma project, which has a few layouts for the viewports for my kathleenmcmahon.dev site that will be, well, that's spun up, but that will be looking a lot nicer pretty soon. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to organize my pages a little bit better, because what I'm seeing right now is some of my layouts could benefit from, actually I don't need that on this page. Some of my layouts could benefit with a little bit of cleanup, and I also want to structure it so I have all the smallest viewports organized next to each other, and then the medium size, it's still mobile, but like large, almost tablet, but not quite tablet viewport, and then everything that is greater than 660 pixels, I'm going to use more of this laptop layout, and also make something that can leverage a desktop and larger viewport size, but also keep in mind that we have users that are relying on screen magnification, so I don't want to scale the content super wide to the point to make it an uncomfortable experience. And I also want to take this and make it more comfortable to read, because when your blocks of text are too wide to read, it's also very hard to track what is being written on the page. So here we go. Let's start with, so we're going to do mobile first. I'm going to move some of these artboards. Let's move these over here. I'm going to move these two, I'm going to move it a little bit further down. I'm going to move these artboards over. And also, it's one viewer, that's me. That's me. I know it's me. Let's move this down to here for now. And I'm going to move this artboard up. So at least we have, it's a little bit better. This I need later because I like to get funky with shapes, and I have some big dreams with some of these logos. That Design Code in Motion logo that I made, I made that into an SVG, and I'm going to eventually animate that puppy, and that is going to be sweet. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. Okay, so we have a look for, so let's move this one over here and this one over here, and then near the bottom we'll have the laptop views. Then we have, it looks a little bit better. There we go. Okay. I can't tell if anyone is watching or is commenting because I am brand new to streaming, so, and I didn't want an echo. So right now, I think I can see the chat room. So I think we're going. I think it's going well. We'll find out. Yeah, everything's going well. I'm going to trust that it's going well. Okay, so here we are. We have some better organization going here. So you have that one, move this one. We don't need to make it a little bit bigger. So far it's good. I'll decide later if I want to organize them in a different way. All right, so we have the home page. We have the about page, which I have in the about pages. So in the home page, we have our links about, I want to have these 3 links to keep it as simple as possible with a theme toggle, so I can toggle light and dark mode eventually. This KM logo will always take me to the home page. When I am at the mobile viewport, I'm going to have the skip to main link exposed always, because I don't want users to have to rely on keyboard focusing on a mobile device. So here it is. And also, we will do the same for anything that is the 66, less than 660 viewport width layouts. Once we get to the desktop layout, this skip link will show up on keyboard focus, but not any other time. So back to the mobile view, what I have is a little intro. I'm going to have some recent talks with some streams, and I'm going to keep a card layout, but only 4 cards, because I don't want to inundate people with cards. And then have a list of some featured posts and a footer, which has some links to social and accessibility and an accessibility statement. So if there are any issues, people can open a GitHub issue with this, excuse me, with this repo, and I will do my best to make those changes. In my about page, what do I want to do here? The question is, do I even want to have my name on this site somewhere? Maybe I should. Like, hi, who's KM? Design Code Motion. Rad. Now what? You know what? It's part of my URL. It's part of here, and I will wait for user feedback to see if this is unclear. How about that? An ideal, and if not, I can put it up here in some way, or up there later. But for now, I am going to do here. I'm going to do some more stuff. Oops, yeah, I'm going to grab some of this in here, and I am going to add some more content for grins. And I don't need it there. Let's put it in the correct location. We will also make this artboard bigger. Nice. Okay. So let's also make this one bigger. What am I going to do here? I could have different content here. I could do lorem ipsum, because content is not my forte sometimes, unless I'm talking about accessible components. But I will get there. All right. This is what I do. I can also, who am I? Also, I'm not any of those other things. I am the creative director of the Cross Sisters network and the Best Lantern Rouge cyclocrosser you'll ever meet. If you haven't heard of cyclocross, it is an obstacle race on a bike, and it is pretty fun. And I am the person that comes in last every single time. And that's okay, because my sport really is soccer. But I love to bike, even though I'm horrible at it. So I get on the course, and what I do is I will wear a costume, and I will wear that costume backwards, so everyone who is chasing me, well, passing me multiple times, will have something to laugh at. And I will also put tunes in my back pocket, so everyone will also have a soundtrack while they are passing the slowest person in the pack. So there's my what I do section. Now, I have, basically, I have many portfolios, so I can also make another. The one thing I don't get used to in Figma, or even in Sketch, or even in Photoshop, when you make a duplicate, everything is like layered bottom up, which is fine, and it's also the same as like the whole, like, what was it, Flasher Director, those days. But now it's always remembering bottom up. How do you lay things out? And then I rearrange things top down, which is probably should shift my mindset to do it the opposite way. But who knows? Okay, so my portfolio, my projects. Here are some of my portfolio sites. Yeah, because I like to buy URLs and make proofs of concepts because I can. All right. And I'm going to grab one of these cards, and eventually I think I want to make a card component, and because it's a repeatable thing. So we're going to call this one KathleenMcMahon.me, because that's one site that I use, and this is my development portfolio. I don't know if I want to make it bigger, but I could. I could make it nice, and who knows what I want to do there. But for now, I'm going to make it smaller because I just, no, I'm not, because I can't make up my mind. So I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to make my design portfolio, resource 11. It's my design portfolio. Oops. Hey. What's up, cursor? Ah, that's why. This is my design portfolio. And the rest I can link through there, because this whole site concept is inception as it is. Because this site is going to link to my development site, which also happens to link to my design site. So if you like inception type experiences, welcome to my site. Anyhow, kill me. Now, while we're here, what else do I want to do? Okay, so these are my actually, they're not my projects. These are my portfolios. Some of the portfolio sites I've done. Sure. And then these are my social links. Also, let's move this down. Actually, we're going to move that down. And I think what I'm going to do is because I need a contact form. So people can reach me if they want. And if they do, all right, who am I? Portfolio. To call my portfolios. Okay, so at least we have these frames here. Who am I? Yeah, footer, social nav, footer. So, what if I duplicate this? And I'm also going to call this, I'm going to call this contact form. And eventually, maybe I will reorganize the order, but I will decide that later. Okay. So with this contact form, 27 in between. No, let's make it 28. There we go. That's nicer. That's nicer. And if that's the case, yeah, I want all of that. This is me noodling with the pixel perfection. And 20. There we go. Now, in case you need to reach me by email. And we're going to make a you're going to make a form, and we're going to get rid of these icons. And name, email, message. And then we will submit. And of course, what we're going to do is, for grins. Ooh, I love that radius. 2 pixel radius. I'm going to make sure that we have a minimum height. Case for touch size. So let's make sure this, come on. I don't want the frame. I want the thing. There we go. Let's make that 44. Cool. Now, let's do that. Let's make it bigger. Sure. We're also going to make the fill white, and we're going to make the stroke. For now, we're not going to get below that. I'm going to double check contrast, but of course, even though this is a wireframe, let's not be jerks. Let's do the reminder of developing accessibly. So I'm going to grab this and make a label, and I'm going to say your name, because I don't want to force you to do a first name and last name. Just do it this way. And while we're here, let's make that text, don't make it too small. Let's be kind. 16, not 26. 16, the other 16. Now we have a name, and we're going to group that, and we're going to with our input and our labels. So we're going to call this input name. Figure out naming conventions later. Sure. And an email. And then we are going to make a text area. And we're going to say message. And here we shall have a text area. Cool. And then we will have a submit button. And then go from there. Cool. Contact form. Let's make a button. I haven't made a button in a while. So let's make a button. I don't know what shape we're going to make it, so I will figure that out later. But we're going to have a nice wireframe button. We'll figure out what shapes we want later. Let's keep it at 2 for now. Then we'll play with it later, and we'll make a symbol out of it. So in here, there's my cat running around because Otis likes to, he's a ham. So what size is that, by the way? Let's make that a minimum of 120. But actually, let's do, that would be a small button really. So let's do like 180 for now. Then we'll figure out sizing later. Also add some text in here. Please and thank you are your friends. T. T is the command for making a text box. So we shall call this send message. Let's be clear of what we are going to be doing here. Make it here. Yeah. That's nice. And we shall make this. Group it. And we're going to call this button. And what is the command to make a control? Let me see. What is the command to make, create a component? Create a component here. Okay, cool. Now what are we going to name it? Okay, so we're going to call it, we are going to call it button. And then we are going to, in the button category, and I'm going to call it wireframe. And I'll call it, actually, I'm going to call it medium. I'll figure out more naming conventions later. I think I'll go with camel case for now. Awesome. And then I'm going to, there was a command where you could, move to page components. Yes. And then what's awesome about that is my send message button is over in the components. And why do you do it down there? Well, you know what? Let's put it down there because maybe it'll, who knows why they do that? Is there a way that we can make is there a rule? Nope. There is not a rule for that. But for now, we have this in our layers, in our layouts. We don't need this layout anymore. Delete that page. So in our layouts, we can grab the asset now that we have this send message button. But in the button, in that thing, now I can just say I'm just going to call it Click Me. Just a generic name. And then in the component, and then we will, in the instance of this component, move this. Hello. No, I don't need that. Yeah. Make the browser larger. There we go. But then we do the make. There we go. Nice. What's going on with that? Okay, so while I'm here, let's put that in. Now we have an instance of the button here. And then here, I can say, I'm going to override the text and say send message. Nice. So at least we have a nice wireframe going. Oh, hello, Angel. How's it going? I see. When did you show up? I have no idea. Hello. I don't know if you're still there, but hi, Angel. Your stream was great yesterday, so I was inspired to get started with mine. Or did you do yesterday? I can't remember anymore. So here we are. We have a button, and I think that is too much space. Let's make it, give it a little more air. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. And now that we have this, I am going to make the height of this artboard smaller. And since that footer is smaller, we can do this. Let me see what we can do here first. Let's do this like, Lordy, Kathleen, what are you doing? Let's move this to the bottom. Move this one, 34, 28. Let's try this again. Welcome to me brute forcing it through Figma until I learn all the shortcuts, because once I learn all the shortcuts, look out. Okay, so here we go. We have now an About page. We have the About page. And I can, so that's a nice layout. And let's see what we can do to make sure that it will stretch like it should. Constraints are going to be left and top. Let's make it left and right. Left and right. This one doesn't matter. Actually, this one doesn't matter either because it's not going to be long text at this point. Double checking some of our stuff. Cool. That one actually, maybe. I want it to stretch a little bit as the viewport gets bigger. So let's try that out. And now that we have this, we can bring it over to this layout and see what we can do here. Hello, Mr. Jason Leinsdorf. I need to learn to pick my head up, put the stream in front of me right here so I can see people talking to me. So my setup is I have a laptop right here. And I don't have, what do you call those? I don't have a key light for my setup. But behind my screen, I have a 30-inch monitor, a 2005 Apple Cinema Monster monitor, and it pumps out a lot of light. So this is my lighting setup of big monitor and skylight and funky lights. So welcome to my home. Welcome to my Figma playing. I think you'll be familiar with some of this, Jason, with all that stuff that you did yesterday. And where is my cursor? There we are. I lost myself. There we are. Okay. So now that we have everything in the mobile layout, still going to mess with some things. Ship it. It's done. It's done, but actually it should look like this. So yeah, it needs some polish. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of designer things, but I'm itching to code because wireframes are painful. They are painful. But once they're there, everything is great. So, okay, so we have this. Now if we can bring this over, we have that one. What do we have down here? Let's bring that one. Where are my layers? My layers! Okay, so I'm gonna take this one and this one. Take these layers. Apparently I'm pretty good at doing like stream of consciousness talking about just random things. Who knew? Who knew? Oh, you can do command click to do multiple frames at once. Yes. This is all those years where I would work in Photoshop like 8 hours a day is coming in handy right now. So let's see. Oh, glorious. Look at that. Okay, so I am so entertained. Okay. We'll make certain things better, but while we're here, my portfolios, who am I? I don't need that one anymore. Contact form. I know I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Hey, come back. Okay, down we go with the layers. I hope everything is not too tiny. I can make it bigger for everyone on the screen if they want to see everything. Oh, did I spell? I spelt everything very awesome. Spelling is hard. Apparently very hard. Very, very hard. Other things, yeah, that is a really good drink you can get in St. Kitts. Ting. It's a sparkling grapefruit flavored soda. It's amazing. Not doing any of those other things. I am the creative director and obviously not a copywriter unless I'm doing a talk. Let's try this again. Yes. That works for now. Cool. Figure out the orphans later and the rag. But while I'm here, we could probably keep the size. That is 24 pixels. Do I want to go there? Yeah, I can go there. I can go there for now. I can go there for now. Why not? Just zip through some of these things. Nice. All right. And while I'm here, do I need to have that locked to the bottom anymore? No, I don't think so, but we'll figure that out. All right. Ooh, gonna have to move those down. Let's make this canvas bigger. Cool. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That will go up there. That works for now. And then I want contact form on my about page, not my home page. Nice. Okay. Did I do full bleed? I did do full bleed. So let's do that. Boom. Left and right. Thank you, Figma. Okay, well, I didn't set those other things like I should have. But probably ideally I could. No, actually, I don't want to make that too wide because the wider you get these things, I don't want to get this more than 50 characters wide because anyone who's relying on screen zoom is going to be very unhappy if they just can't. That's probably as far as I want to get with these input widths. That way, anyone who's using screen magnification will not send me nasty notes. Okay, oops, that's right. I think I'm going to change those so I don't need to. Yeah. I'm going to move that so it sticks where it should have been, 28 pixels. And now you can have everything going in a nice way. Yeah, cool. Does screen magnification cause issues if you have it? Yes. So with screen magnification, say you have screen magnification. Let me see if I can set it up. So with screen magnification, there's a WCAG success criteria where you don't want to have, and it's also good for your UX. You don't want to have, you want to have your inputs, your input labels stacked above your inputs. You also don't want to have your content too wide, because if someone is relying on a screen magnifier, they're using like this credit card size region on the screen to scan the page. So if you start having your content on one side and then a lot of content on the other side, especially with forms, the users that are relying on forms are going to have a hard time understanding, you know, how to fill something out. So that's why you stack, like for example with forms, that's why you stack your inputs top to bottom versus left to right, because otherwise you're having to like take your magnifier and go left to right and start scanning, and you lose your place and you lose that context. And I got a bring. I have no idea what they're about. Oh, you're following! Hooray! Thank you. Oh, look at, see, you've designed on my design background. Yeah. So so that's even just for screen zoom. Then if you know, if someone also along with has low vision, they have cognitive disability. What if they have, you know, a traumatic brain injury, so they can't remember their place? You know, that's why you're trying to keep everything in a fairly compact place. This is why, so I'm not going to demo that. This is why in my designs, and I was when I started designing this, I started looking at a lot of other designers to figure out information architecture, and I was looking at the ones that were more accessibility focused designers. And what I noticed was even things like your content wouldn't get so wide. This footer, potentially like that content could go on the right because it's not going to be accessed as much, but you would see a lot of stuff grouped a lot on the left side of the page, or grouped so it wasn't so wide, so it would be more of a comfortable reading experience for your users. And also it makes use of the negative space, which, who is it, Jeffrey Zellman loves. He loves talking about that. He has an Invent-A-Part talk that he talks about, is it slow design? Anyway, really great talk. So there's my ramble. I will be quiet now on my own feed. Here we are. So where was I? Okay. So I was in this part of the about. We are here. It's good enough for now, even though I do want to have everything, like I literally want that space, but I'm going to let it go for now because I can just tell that there are a few things that are not there. I'm going to, of course, fix it because I can't help myself. All right, so we have your portfolio stuff, and with this, I can probably get away with going like this because everything is wider, and then I can decide later, maybe I'll use grid. That could be cool. But until then, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get the content in here and then keep moving because I have to design one more page. And no, in his talk about negative space, he was just talking about using the negative space to help the user read more slowly and take in the site a little bit better. But he does do long, thoughtful pauses when he talks, so maybe it's both. Okay, so moving that up a little bit, and then letting it go, whatever. It's, I have that extra gap of space. This is what happens when you're a former, you know, like former designer all the time. You just see these little things and you want to fix them. But this is supposed to be a low fidelity wireframe, so, you know, let's keep that in mind. All right, Now that we're here, wow, have I really been on here for almost an hour? Actually 40 minutes, that's pretty cool. So while we're here, let's do, I want that one again, and I want this one, and I want that one. Oops, I did, okay. Let's take it and make sure we're in the right, there we go, about. Nice. Make it just as wide as we need it to be. Sweet. Okay. I saw his talk, Jeff Zeldman's talk, spring of 2019. And I believe they have it posted now on, I think they released their talks recently because they wanted, let's fix some things here. Let me fix the columns. I want the columns to be, I want a 64 pixel margin or 64 units, whatever. But then we're going to take, take this one. Well, that didn't work. Oh, because I just need to do what I need to do here. I am so brand new to Figma. I literally can hear you laughing, Jason. That Jason laugh that you do during your streams. All right. Let's get those margins to where they should be. So at least I can have some nice things to start noodling with. We'll fix up the rest later. Hey, there we go. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that was. Maybe it's something like in InDesign where like you have more text that you're supposed to flow somewhere. I don't know. We'll find out. Here we should have that. Let's make that like nice and big. And this is 28. Let's make this. Let's make it 40. Yeah. I don't need that part of it. We'll figure out the vertical rhythm and stuff later. For now, yeah, let's make it like that. And then it's a prototype, Kathleen. It's a prototype. It is a wireframe. All right. Nope. I still want it this way. If that's the case, I also want this where it should be. There we go. That is why. That is why. Cool. And this is supposed to be below. Picks her head up and sees these emojis. My God. All right. Actually, that needs to be bigger. That needs to go up. Sweet. That needs to go down because we're doing for bottom for that one. And let's figure out some things. It's messy and it's basically making me stress a little bit, but I just gonna do it. Nice. That's gonna be 40. And I'm gonna make some textiles later, just like you did. I just haven't done it now. So I just want to get the content in because I'm so itching to code this. But the coding will not be today. Let me actually let me get some clarity on what I'm doing here. What I do, let's go back. Yes, yes. That's the thing is like once I have this initial content going, I'm gonna start making some, you know, I want to go back in right now and go, okay, like this is gonna be my H2 style, but you have H2 styles for, you know, smaller viewports versus large viewports. So you could have like H2, extra small, and H2, small, and then H2 medium, and then you can take those and then start applying them like this throughout everything. And I might do that later. I just don't want to do it right now because if I do, I will go back and do it for everything here right now. And I mean, I could, but I think I will after I finish this one. Now that you've told me this, I have to do it. But first, I want to finish this one layout, and then I can go back and do that. So we have that. We have that. We don't need this. Sure. And then I'm going to apply things as we should. And these will get bigger. And I am so excited I'm going to be using CSS Grid for these puppies. And oh, I was using the auto layout today because I was using the frames a lot. But that auto layout that I watched you two doing today, I was trying to do that up here, and I had issues because these three things, this is like one frame, and this is a separate toggle that I want, and it just didn't work for what I was trying to do. So because these are buttons that have no margin, or like they have no margin between them, so it didn't work for the auto layout, but I can see how it can be great for other things. But I'm going to make it bigger, and then I'm going to start neighing because everything's getting horsey. Horsey designs. Okay. Was it option click? No, command click. There we go. Nope. It was command click for the whole thing. I don't want to click through the whole thing. Good enough. Okay, so we have as much, I think, as we need for stuff. Why are my margins not looking like they should, though? Like this margin still, why did that margin still should be 64? Wait, are we on desktop? No, we're on 60. Nope, that should be, actually, I believe that should be the margins, 28. Yeah, let's get a margin of 28 and we'll come back to it later. So at least we have just some stuff to do, because now I'm going back to just clean things up because I can. Lordy. Not very agile. I don't need a gutter. Not very agile, but okay. Anyhow. Oh, you can do the option command. Now, where we're here, okay. This is what I wanted to know what I was doing. Okay, so this, check something. Yes, that one goes away. This one goes up where it should. Cool. Grid, 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 yes. I want to work on grid, and I also want to, work on, I want to add some SVG clipping masks, and with doing some fallback designs too, because at my last role, I did not have I didn't have the opportunity to design, that's fine. It's just the role. But this is my work, so I get to design things. And my last role, when we were doing CSS, we had to make everything work for IE11, which you can do, and it's great. But a lot of times when you were making things work in IE11, sometimes there wasn't much consideration for, hey, you can actually have a separate layout for an IE11 experience, and that's perfectly acceptable. So I am excited to play with some things where I can maybe do some SVG clipping masks for certain things that I want to do on here, and then if someone happens to access this on IE11, they will still have a good experience. Because also, while IE11 is a pain, until our users can afford to upgrade their machines, if you're using a screen reader, I just leave it there. If you are accessing with a screen reader, unfortunately, you're still using IE11 and you can't leave those users behind until they can upgrade their equipment and their screen readers to be able to use even Edge, which I believe Edge is getting a lot better for using screen readers and stuff. So there you go. And I keep on saving my work, and then I get the little badge from Figma saying it auto saves, but I still do it. It's a habit. I just save everything. Okay, so at least I have some layouts here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that one right now. So still might take this one. I'll take this hero. Get rid of this hero. Make another hero on the right layout. Cool. And then I'm going to go back in and make some textiles, and then I will call it a night for the night, because otherwise I could do what Taylor Alexis, who is pretty awesome, could do, is go for like a marathon 12-hour stream, but maybe not tonight. But I am tempted. I am very tempted. Let's get those gutters in. We'll figure out the rest. Yes, I probably should talk about who I am at some point. Oh, it doesn't scale the text. Okay. It doesn't scale the text. I haven't decided if I'm going to put my name in here, but I think I am right now. Ah, when I hit K, so hold on. While I'm holding something. No, wait. That didn't work. Oh, wait. Is it a toggle? Is K a toggle? K then drag handles. Okay, if you do K then drag handles, does it keep it on? For example, here, now it's doing it. But then, do I type K again to toggle off the text scaling when you move the handles? K. Oh, okay. Whoops, that didn't work. Okay, regular auto. V, okay, V. Yes, now K. Yep, undo. V. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to get a cheat sheet for all the keyboard commands, because V, I would think paste, but that's Command V. But cool. Let's still go make that 24 again for now. But that is an awesome K for scaling text, and also for Kathleen. Top left shows both scale and regular Siva. Drop down from the top left. Ah, K, V, there's the shortcuts. Thank you. So here, let me make this bigger. Oh, I can't make that bigger for the audience, but on this left side here, if you click on the top menu of Figma, what's this? If you click the top menu with the arrow here, then there's a move tool, which has the keyboard command, keyboard shortcut of V, and the scale tool, which has the keyboard command of K. So what I was doing is if I type K, apparently, see up the top there, it changed the tool to the scale. And now if I type V again, the tool has now moved back to the move tool. Oh, it's a corgi party. It is a corgi party. Okay, so apparently I'm entertaining tonight. But yes, here it is, learning all the things about Figma and still getting itchy to do my site. But I could make another page, but I don't. I'm not going to make another page right now because I want to make textiles. Text space styles, not textiles as in fabrics. So, because one thing I've been doing is I've been using the frames, which is awesome, so I can like bring frames over to different viewport layouts for my screens, and yes. You know, designer, coder, crocheter. We could do that. That's a good idea. Okay. Man, I don't, well, you guys in an audience, I don't think I would, I think I'd have a hard time keeping a straight face on the stage. So what I want to do now is make some textiles, because these are not symbols. This is a symbol right now, which is awesome. I have some symbols in my assets folder, which is awesome. So I'm really happy with that. I'm still working through my naming conventions that I want to do. Wow. But let's just start making, let's start making it a textile. So text space style. Yes, I will be here all week, apparently. Okay, so text, fill, stroke, effects, constraints, layer, text styles. Create style. Let's create a new style. We're going to call this headline. Or actually, we're going to call this, we'll also, content, paragraph, intro, paragraph, because it is the first paragraph. Actually, we'll call it paragraph. We're going to call it paragraph intro. I wonder if we can actually do the same thing that we do with components, where you can do the slash and group it, and we don't want to nest too much. So paragraph intro style. And we'll also call it extra small, because that's the viewport, extra small intro, and because camel case, and wow, that is really tiny. Maybe I made my viewport too small. So that's awesome. Now, if I take that I might name it differently, but this one, I'm going to take for now that style, and maybe can you duplicate styles? Settings, edit style, add description, intro paragraph style for extra small and small right now. And what's really great about this is, since this is a wireframe, eventually when I want to do this more high fidelity, maybe I'll come into these styles and adjust them. Or I want to like duplicate things. It's like I want to duplicate it. and make another one, but apparently I have to make a new one. Fine. Fine. Yes, I now have to buy a loom. You know that well, you don't know, I live in Massachusetts, and in Massachusetts, I grew up in a town that is North Andover, Massachusetts, and it originally was called Andover, and it was one of the towns that was founded around the 1600s, and they have this textile museum, so there are a lot of looms there. So I might be able to find a loom for you. But anyway, back to my text styles, text styling. I'm never going to think of text styles the same way again. I'm going to bring some dye. All right, so we're going to call this H1 extra small. We're going to call that for now. Actually, it's an H2. We're going to rename it. Because technically, so you should have one H1 per page. But, settings. Hey, where's my thing? Well, and this is how I learned the stuff. All right, settings, extra small. Let's actually call it H2. So technically, what you're supposed to have, you're supposed to have one H1 per page, because that is the most important information on the page. But technically, you can get away with no H1s on the page and start with H2s, because it will give you some sectioning on the page. There is a link. Ask me about it later, and I will share it if I remember. But that's something I learned more recently about accessibility, is there's a way that you can not use an H1 on the page as long as you're starting with H2s and you're not skipping levels. So it's very interesting article. But for H1s, you should, if you have an H1 on the page, it should be only one H1 on the page. And if you have more than one H1 on the page, only one H1 can be visible on the page at a time. So yeah, fun fact. So we have that. This one is, we have the right font, H2 extra small. And you know what? We're still going to call that H2 extra small for now because it's kind of still the same thing. Well, you know what? I'm going to make a new text style for this one. H2 small, because we're going to do it that way. And we're going to make this one, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it anyway. Detach style. And I'm also going to make a new style until I figure out how you can duplicate styles. Looks like, okay, oh, it does, it groups it. That's so nice. Okay, paragraph, small intro. Nice, it does group them. I am so happy about that. Okay, so now that we have that, so we have the intro paragraph, we have things like that. So this is going to be H2, extra small. And here, I will figure out, yeah, let's make a style for that. Will all the links be this size though? I will come back to that. I'm not gonna, because we could call this, you know, a featured link, and we could call this, it's not a subhead, but naming is hard. So yeah, we'll just call this for now. Today is about naming things. So link, featured post. How about that? That's a featured post link style, and it's extra small. Featured post. Teeny tiny text. Okay, so these then can be Looks like I'm going to have to rename things better because everything is like extra small, but it's kind of nice. Figure out how I want to do this. I might rename things like extra small, like start grouping it by some other way. I can figure out a better way to do these things. All right. If that is the case, now we have, this is a small intro. Hey, this is my H2, H2 small, H2 small. I don't know why these are here. They're going to go away. That was superfluous. So let's do that. Cool. Let's go back to the right. H2, extra small. Ooh. Yeah. What did you do, Kathleen? That's fine. That's fine. This is fine. I might actually make them bigger later, but for now, we're just going to apply. We're going to apply the styles. So this is going to be a new one, paragraph, extra small. I guess standard, sure. I have no idea why. Content. Because I like to make things really complexly named. All right. This, I am going to, I'm going to make this into a symbol while I'm at it. Hello. Anything? Oh, excuse me, a component. Description, input, text, input, text input. If I do that, I'm also going to move to page, components. I know, I'll come back to it. I know there's a better way, and I know Rowan's going to say the better way in a minute, but I'm going to call this label. And then in my assets, I am going to grab that, put it back in. Awesome. And then I'm going to make another one. Make sure I'm on my layers so I know which are where. Okay, turn that one off, turn that one on. I like the icon where you close the eye. That's pretty cool. All right, so input, that's the input. That's a text area type of input, and we will make that a symbol in a minute. But for now, okay, so Option Command K is create component. Nice. Input. extra small. And I think later on I'm going to do a naming convention of the input, the type, and then the size. But that will be afterwards. But for now, we're going to do it this way. And then we're going to, hello, send it to move to page components. Go to the components page. Go to the components page for now. Oh, that's how it does it. Okay. Okay. Let's move these down. It's interesting how it kind of remembers where you are. You still need a label because it's still an input. So let's go back to layouts, grab the assets, our text area here, 14 pixels in between. Hooray! Nice. Okay, so we have some components named. This one's already a button. We'll make these social links components later because these could be really benefit from being a component, but not right now. The footer I could make, the footer I've already made a layout, so I don't think I need to make it a component for that. It's a little complex at the moment. So now we have some text style. Awesome. What I can do is, oh, here. Actually, what did I do? I named it wrong. This is still, I should be using a different one. I should be using extra small intro still, because we are on the extra small stuff. I named things the wrong way. Text. Extra small content. Extra small content. Yay, now I got it right. Extra small content. All right. So, now, this is small intro, and with small intro, let's go back in and remember those. Okay, so small intro is 24 with a 1.5 line height. So I'm going to make this. How can you small intro, which what I'm going to do, I just want to edit it. How do I edit that style now? Type details, text styles, settings, small intro, and I actually want it to be 24. And I want the line to be 1.5, which is 36, because math is awesome. Okay. Now we have another H2. We are going to H2 small. Ah, see, I did something wrong. Well, I didn't do something wrong. What I did was, if I, in my settings, for this one, I think it should be 30. No, we can do 32. We can do 32. Okay, which means up here, there it is. I applied the wrong style. No. All right, well, let's apply the right style. Extra small. There we go. Now we're back. The beauty of textiles. Okay, so this is going to be H2 small, yay. And this one also will be H2 small. All right. So this, which is, by the way, 20 pixels, should be link, small, featured post. Okay. We'll still figure out these later. Later. So now intro paragraph. Small intro. Yes, that's nice line height there. That works. Those are not aligned up, but I, at the moment, don't care. We need a paragraph, small content. So we're going to call this paragraph content for now. Create now. Which I think if I look at that, I want to know, that's 24. That's 20. Yeah, I probably could do, we'll figure out the typographical rhythm. Good stuff. We'll do it later. Just not right now. Just apply, we are just focusing on applying the styles. Apparently, that will be all these things. I feel like I'm making a design system while I'm wireframing a site, but that's cool. I just know like the 3 components I would want in this design system if I would have one so far would be this button here. I would have variants for small, medium, and large, and I would have components for inputs, small, medium, and large, and text area, small, medium, and large, so we could use them for the different viewports. And then maybe I will do a card and have variants for the card. And then decide what I want to do up here, because these are links. And like technically, woo, wow, I didn't expect that. So technically, these are links, but they look like buttons. And that's the whole button versus link debate that everyone gets into. It's important that links look like links, especially in blocks of text like this. You want to make sure that it's clear that there is a link. There's an underline in there when there's a block of text. This is why I'm doing links here. So it's very clear that these will be links. And down here, these will be links because it's also in proximity to this block of text here. So this makes sense. But there are caveats. So for things like when you have a group of navigation and all 3 of these links are in proximity to each other, technically there might be a way that you can, make these look like buttons. But a way to do that, if you notice here, like this is a skip to main link and it looks like a button, but see how there's an underline there? There will be interactive states that will, that line will always be there. And then when you hover, that line will go away. That's the style I will be doing here. So there is a way that you can make the form follow the function. So there is going to be a way that I'm going to make sure these look like links, because these are changing URLs. They are not changing location on the page, which is what a button does. So there we go, mixing in all the accessibility lessons in the middle of wireframing. Okay, so, oh wow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish making my text styles and some components. I'm going to make components for these things. And I might make a medium button here, and then components here, medium button there, add some text styles for the large viewport, and then be done for the evening. Okay, so staying on track. Did I apply something here? I did not yet. Did I apply something there? I did not yet. Okay. Did I apply a text style here? Did not yet. But I did here. Did I do it here? Not yet. Okay, I did, right there. AG, is there a way I can make that bigger? So there is their paragraph, small intro. This one I did not yet. Okay, so H2 small, paragraph, hey, paragraph small content, I already did that one, okay. H2 small, nope, yes. H2 small, paragraph content, yes, did that one. H2 small, nope. Okay, paragraph content. And now that we have the styles attached, this will be great for later when we start adjusting those styles, doing different fonts and colors. Everything will flow down into these bits of text. Here, we are going to make this create component. So Option Command K. I'm going to learn Option Command K. There's a component turned purple. We're going to call this component input we're going to start renaming things here. Input text, and then the variant. This one's going to be medium. Input text medium. Okay, and then I'm going to move this to the components page, and then I'm going to go to the components page, and I'm going to start renaming certain things if I can. Because I'm going to figure out text small. Input text area small. Because it's going to be a small size, it has nothing to do with the viewport, it has to do with the variant. Text area small. What's interesting is this one, oh there it is, where'd it go? Here it is again. It kind of maps, interesting that when the component ends up in this, my components pages, it shows up in the exact physical position of where it was on the other page, which is cool and it's clever. You just have to remember that it happened. Okay, so input name, input text medium, input text small, that's a better naming convention, input text area small, and then I'm going to call this, well, this is a toggle theme, and then I'll rename that later. And this is, I'm going to call it the variant first, and then, yeah, I'm going to call it the variant first. So button, wireframe, small. Okay. Now I can put that one back in here. And then we can go back in here and swap some things out. That's a text area. That's going to go away. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to go back to that component for a second and call it, we want to call it the label. Okay. Name, email, because I have to do it. I have to name things. This one, make a symbol, input, text area, medium. Awesome. Then I want to move this to the components page, go to the components page, find it, move it up, put it next to its variant, and we're going to call that label. Go back to the layers, go back to the right page, and then in the assets we're going to put that right text area small, text area medium. Okay. Message. Gets faster once you start doing these things. Okay, so this button, we are going to, what is this? What does that do? Reset overrides? No, I want to unlink that. Detach. Awesome. And if I take this, and this is 180. Do I want to make my button? I kind of like a medium button for. Yeah, I'm going to make this, still going to make this a medium button. Detach instance. And we are in the, yes, we are in the same one. Okay. So we are going to make this instead, hey, no. I want to, no, excuse me. Detach. Detach from symbol. Is there a control detach from symbol? Anything? Hey, come back. Okay, this is a wireframe. This is the layer. This is the layout. This is the button. How about I don't want a button. I don't want a component. I want to detach it. I want to detach this puppy. I want to make a duplicate one. Fine, fine. You're going to force me to do another one, I guess. Hey. Button. Why is the button symbol here? Wait. Move to the components page. Hey, come back. Come back. All right. What happens when you... I just want to move it up. Yeah. To here. It's probably just as painful for everyone there as it is for me. So we're going to call this one button wireframe small, and this we're going to call button wireframe medium. How about that? And see what it does. Let me see if I can break it. That one's small, and that one's a new symbol, and made it medium. For some reason, it kept the old name, so that's interesting. But for the small one, I'm going to make, in the small one, I'm going to make that 120 pixels wide for the small variant. And then we're going to have the medium variant, and then we are going to make we'll make a large one later. If it will let me. Can you option drag a symbol? Nope. But I can detach instance, and then I can make a new symbol, and then I can call this button wireframe large. And for grins, what we're going to do is going to keep the same width, but I'm going to make the height like 56 pixels. Hey, there we go. So this, button wireframe large, and now we're also going to call it, yeah, it's the variant small, variant medium, variant large. And now that we're here, we have our assets, and then I can do the button variant wireframe medium. Hey, come back. And in the assets, put that here. And I'll double check the sizing later of the gap, but for now, save, and I know I'll get the reminder that Figma autosave, but it makes me happy. And so we have our styles. Now all we have to do is, and what's really awesome is, of course, well, that's interesting how that works. It says it's a button, but it doesn't say which button it is. Ah, button, wireframe, medium. But what I want is the variant for large, because this is the large one. And this one, because I jumped to the wrong thing. This one, I'm going to use this one here. Cool. Swap it out with a component. And now we have our mediums, and 72. Okay, it's the same ones, so we're just going to drop in the same things here, input text medium, because we don't want to get too large here. There's no reason yet, and we'll decide if we want to have a tall, super tall input. I don't think we have a need for it. It's usually for buttons. So that's cool. Okay. Let's get rid of the other ones. Name, email, here. Let's put in text area medium. Cool. So now let's go into our type styles, and then we'll be done for the night, because we already, double checking, Yes, we added our styles here. This one, we could paragraph, medium intro, paragraph, medium. Of course, these ones we're going to refactor the naming convention again because it just doesn't, it's just weird. It's weird to me. H2 medium, H2 medium. And then here, we could call it medium link, medium featured post. Great style. Cool. We'll figure out that style later. Okay, here, H2. Ah, I know what I'm gonna do here. For now, I'm not. I'm just gonna do H2 medium. And for now, and paragraph. Oh, wait. I already have it. Cancel. I already have it. Paragraph, medium intro. Cool. Now, what I do, I don't need the greetings. That part can go away, and that's why it looked kind of funky. Cool. Move this up. Nice. Okay, so H2 medium. This text could stand to be bigger, but we don't care about that right now. Paragraph. Okay. Paragraph, medium content. Paragraph, medium content. Okay. Okay, we have that. The social goes here. The content goes down. Make sure we have attached our styles. We haven't. So H2 medium. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, social links. Content. And then medium content. That medium content can benefit from a little bit of 28 plus 14 is 42, which is 1.5 line height. There we go. Nice. Okay, and then, hey, spelling. Spelling would help. Or capitalization. You choose. Almost there. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I think the last thing I'm going to do before being done for the night is I am going to go through here and I'm going to edit some things. Naming is better. Now what I want to do is name it better. So they would, yeah, that looks better. Featured post. I wonder if you could use dashes in here for better readability. Paragraph, intro, extra small, so intro small, featured post small, content extra small, featured post small. Content small. And intro medium. Feature post medium. Okay. That's a better naming convention. Now let's see. You can drag and drop the names. Look at this. Intro. You can organize them in Figma. So I am, okay, paragraph, 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 paragraph intro, paragraph content, paragraph content. Oh my God, that is amazing. Paragraph intro medium. Look at this. Once you rename things, you can reorder things. Wish lists, eventually you can start doing this with a keyboard because right now we are mouse dependent. But, oh, look at this. All right, now these two, let's see the difference. 24, 24. Okay, so I'm going to double check which one is which. I'm going to rename this one. There. And maybe rename it again because there is an extra T in there. Toast. There. So now, we have everything renamed. Oh, good night. Yeah, I just finished up and that's it. And I am done for the night. And this was my first stream that the first 5 minutes were rough when I was had my stream open, and so I was echoing it to myself. That was fun. But for the rest, here we are. I just was heads down and not even looking at the board, but it is really great to see everyone here, and this was super fun. And I'm very excited to take this and start bringing it over to my Gatsby site and do the things that I'm going to do about my posts and make them fun. And then once I'm done with this, I'm very excited to. I will also, a little preview. I'm going to be taking this site, which is a Bootstrap site, a one-pager, and I'm going to be refactoring it to Gatsby because I can, to show a before and after, just because I like to do things like this. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for joining, and good night. All right, I get to end stream.